Hello, my name is John Sveck. Welcome to this ALL24 video. Today, Coach Waterman and I are joined by a special guest, Coach Wayne Harris, the head coach at the University of Calgary Dinos. Thanks for being with us, Coach.
Thanks for having me, John. Gary?
Awesome. So we're going to do a one clip. So Coach Waterman and I are going to choose a random play. Coach Waterman, if you would do the honors, just tell me when to stop.
And stop, John.
Okay, so we got a random play here from last year's Vanier Cup. I'll set the stage for you, Coach Harris, and then you can take it from there. So it's a 2nd and 9 situation. It's in the second quarter of the game. Ball's on the minus 35 on the right hash of the offense. Just seeing the initial alignment here, if you can see on your screen, any initial thoughts come to mind when you see this?
Well, definitely, we're in a pass situation here, so we're going to be in our pass defense. So we're going to have an extra defensive back out on the field. We're getting a 41 set here. So, we have a few tendencies off of that. There were a couple of key individuals that we wanted to take out of the game at this time and not allow, make them go to their second, third choices on the receiving end of things. So gun week.
Well, I was going to ask, normally when you get in these scenarios, Coach, do you think matching personnel grouping, or do you just automatically say it's 2nd and 9, we're bringing in our dime, or we're going to operate in our own way, we don't care what they do and who they have on the field?
Yeah, generally speaking, we're going to, we're going to play percentages, and we're going to take a look, obviously, with our game breakdowns in terms of what do they like to do, who are their key individuals, what do we feel we need to take away in certain formations and sets, and not leave too many people stranded on an island. So obviously in a 41, they might be trying to isolate that weak side receiver in a one-on-one situation. Is that going to be an issue for us? We have an all-Canadian corner there, so we're not afraid too often to have Dean Leonard be able to go one-on-one with a receiver into the boundary, but sometimes we'll also give some extra support there as well.
And that's what I was kind of curious to ask you about, Coach. When we're talking about something like a 41, something where, defensively there's some specific decisions to be made, how dynamic do you think you have to be going into a game? Is having 2 ways to play it enough, or do you want to have more? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we have a pretty complex defense with our 30 defense. We have probably 10 or 12 variations of coverage on things that can really adapt or change to the formational sets that we're getting. The key is communication on defense, as we all say, and then putting our athletes in positions for success, not asking somebody to do something they're not going to be capable of doing. So, our linebacker is usually a really good athlete, can run very well. It's just a matter of making sure that we keep ourselves sound. And
perfect. Let's we'll watch a little more here. I see the number 1 receivers kind of coming down the line, and they're kind of getting to a bit of a bunch situation here.
Yeah, so we see a lot of these bunch sets. We know we're going to get a lot of crossing formations with that, and so their freshman receiver there, he did some damage to us during the game, more than we had anticipated, and he's getting open pretty quick. So a lot of our concepts are very aggressive in our coverage, even our zones. Without getting into a whole lot of detail around what we're doing, this is a zone concept for us, even though you can see guys jumping onto receivers fairly quickly here. And we just missed the curl here a little bit. We were able to apply some decent pressure with a 3-man rush in this game, which is something we felt we may be able to do. The O-line at Montreal was not the biggest O-line we had faced all year. So I thought that, as a staff, we thought we could do a little bit more on the 3-man rush, which gives you a lot more guys in coverage, which is definitely a big help. So probably just over-rotated on a couple of things here that we could have done a little bit better to take that curl away, but it's 2nd and 9 and he's running a curl at 5 yards. And we say if we put him into 3rd and 2 or 3, that's a win for us. Majority of teams are going to punt in that situation. Although with Montreal, we knew they had more fakes than any team I've seen in I think my career as a coach. The number of variations of fakes they ran throughout the year was astounding, and they had a lot of success with them. So something that we spent a bunch of time on, and we still they were still able to take advantage of that on us. So.
And Wayne, you guys have been known to do a lot of communication defensively on the fly, and how difficult or challenging is that for your guys to pick up, and how much time do you put into that?
Oh, it's a huge time commitment. It doesn't happen just on the practice field. It happens in the meeting rooms and everywhere else in between. We do a lot of film work, especially on our Skelly systems and passing defenses. And that's why it makes it challenging for a freshman to come in and play right away, just because the communication is so key to our defense and being able to adjust to offenses on the fly and everybody be on the same page, because big plays are usually the result of somebody breaking down in that communication process.
Phenomenal. Let's we'll just go to the tight here quickly and see if we can see anything different on the play here. Again, that's 2nd and 9, and we have it coded as a 0-yard gain. So I think your player is able to finish this play strong, and he is able to separate the ball there. So a nice finish on the play.
I think that's Nick Stats, was drafted by the Stampeders. He comes in. He's a very quick athlete, one of our graduating players that we'll definitely miss. Makes a nice break up on the ball here. So again, a key to us is, had he caught it, we were still in pretty good shape. We were going to make the tackle on the spot, but getting the pass break up is even better. So keep them in that.
And watching this play, it looks like a little spacing concept out of that bunch from Montreal. So, I mean, your players in terms of preparation and game plan would look at those pattern recognition combinations and try to make the adjustments. You work a lot on that?
Yes. We definitely spend a lot of time on that, walking through all of those different kinds of adjustments. I think we didn't quite have exactly what our MAC linebacker here probably should have just stayed more middle a little bit, so that route coming across the middle that sits down, he could have been on top of that a little bit more. I know he was concerned with the back release, which they did a fair bit of as well, especially with 3-man rushes. So, but he probably opened weak side a little bit too much in this situation. But he's a younger player on our team, and but has had a good career going forward and has a bright future. So yeah, we've also adjusted Dean Leonard, our number 2, our corner over in this one to compensate for some of the top receivers that Montreal had. So we didn't always play him in the boundary, even though he's our boundary corner. Dean Leonard's a guy that we could move to anywhere on the field that we felt he helped us the most.
That's great, Coach. Any last thoughts from either of you guys on this one clip?
Well, it was a play that worked out well for us, so we like those ones.
Absolutely. We got it there. So, again, really appreciate your time, Coach, and a lot of fun just sitting and talking a little bit of X's and O's with you. So, again, really appreciate it.
Thank you. Enjoyed
Great
that.
to have you, Wayne.
Okay, thanks.